This is your girl, Spicy K.
This your girl TK. How y'all doing?
We are on episode number 75 for this lovely Tuesday. Riding down 65, thinking what's on my mind. Oh, it's Tuesday. It's podcast time. It's podcast time. It's podcast time.
Insubordinate and churlish.
Spicy K in the building, TK in the building. We're the ops, we telling all with a big podcast and not small. We live on Tuesday, replay is Wednesday's opposite. It's what we're called with the ops. We telling it all. We telling it all. We telling it all. We telling it all. All sides. Yes, we're telling all sides. Like I said, we are the ops. We're on episode number 75. Of course, for every week we have a who are you telling on. So TK, who are you telling on this week?
Well, I'm getting a little upset. I don't. I guess a lot of people, most people, probably don't know that I have some sort of PTSD from all these accidents that I've been involved in a short period of time. And today I'm telling on motorcyclists.
Okay.
I'm sick of y'all. Like, for real. Like, I'm sick of y'all. I understand. You got your little bikes. Ride them like normal people. I don't know what this called. I heard it's called lane splitting, where they pull up beside you, between you, and they all next to you at the light. Like there's only two lanes, but they create a small, narrow motorcycle lane for themselves between you and other cars, or you and the guardrail, or whatever, what have you. So I'm telling on you, look, I'm sick of y'all. First of all, if my window's down, you scared me, because 9 times out of 10, you're not driving. You're walking up on your feet like y'all do when y'all, because y'all can't be still at a light because you'll tip over. So I get that. But I'm sick of y'all. I really am. I have plans to get one myself.
A motorcycle?
Yes,
Oh,
I've been looking at one. I keep seeing it when I'm driving home every day, and I'm just like, okay. But I'm not gonna be riding it. I'm gonna be putting it on my little utility trailer and strapping it down and carrying it places. And when I get there, I'm gonna be sitting upon it, just flexing.
so
So
yeah. So
I'm above. I ain't got nothing to prove to none of y'all mother uckers out there. So that's what I'm gonna do. I decided that's how I'm gonna flex. That's what I'm gonna do. It's a little Harley, little black, all black on black Harley. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't the traditional country hillbilly Harley. It's a nice looking, sleek little, uh-huh. But yeah, I'm not. I'm sick of y'all motorcyclists that decide they want to pull up around people and do stuff. So be careful on these things. They're dangerous. But if you see me pull them out on my trailer, give me a what's up?
the fact that you say you gonna put it on a trailer, that is beyond me.
That's
So,
that. Well, that's what it's for. Transport.
so you're not gonna ever learn how to drive it?
For what? For me to hurt myself? No.
Well, just buy a golf cart then
I'm not.
and go
I
with that.
I was gonna do that too, but I decided that I don't want nobody riding with me. Love y'all.
I don't. This is hilarious to me.
Well,
So
it's okay. It's
for
all good.
episode 75, I'm actually gonna. Actually, I really didn't have much drama. Surprisingly, like
Mm-hmm.
nobody really got on my nerves or anything, but something did happen. So I went to my favorite store, grocery store, and
Mm.
for whatever reason, I I'm gonna blame myself for it, because, even though I don't know if it's necessarily my fault. Um, I ran out of water, out of what I be drinking, and So I was hoping that was going to be on sale on Wednesday, and it wasn't on sale.
Mm.
And so I was forced to buy another brand that's also alkaline that's on sale. So I was like, oh, okay, let me, it's not on sale. Let me go back and get some more because at this point, I'm definitely like out of all of my water, whatever. Go back on Sunday thinking like, oh, it was on sale to Wednesday, so it's still on sale Sunday.
Mm-mm.
I get there and it was
That's a
not on
long
sale.
time.
And
No.
then they told me that was like, yeah, well some of the things go off sale on I think I'm still on like 2 weeks and it goes off
Mm-hmm.
on Saturday. So I miss getting low price water by 1 day.
Well,
It's
I
not
must
for not
say,
bringing, but I was willing to drink it, but it
mm,
was also alkaline as
I
fuck.
have no sympathy for you because when I come to your home,
I
I
do
don't
not.
get alkaline water.
Yeah, I do not
So
I do not get
I
definite.
don't care. I'm actually laughing inside that they were out of your brand and the other one wasn't on sale. I let it out. I have yet to know what the brand is because I don't see the bottle until
Yeah.
she's drinking it and she gives me whatever other brand. See, now, I'm cool with it because I drink off brand. But what we see right here, the best value. Okay, so I'm okay with that. I drink sink water because once I finish with this, I'm gonna fill it back up and put it in the refrigerator
I don't
for
drink
it to
cold
get
water,
frosty and cold. You see how cold that is? You see how cool that is? That's how I like my water.
but I don't drink cold water. I don't like cold water like that. But some brands, I feel like you have to drink it cold because it's kind of nasty. But
I will say,
my water is so refreshing.
I will say, alkaline water is the bomb, and I have had it. And when I'm feeling a bougie, I will get me, a nice big old bottle of alkaline water with pH balanced stuff with electrolytes in it. But and it does have a good taste. And I messed around the other day and got something that had the audacity to have me try to believe it's glacial water.
Oh
I
wow.
said, "Ugh." I felt like the water boy. Remember he drank that water from the glacier? I felt good, but it really, it's not something I'm gonna get a whole case of because it's $47. But
Yeah, my water too expensive for me to give it to guests.
oh, shut up! I ain't just a
But
guess.
but I'm just saying like my own like I bring my own water to my mama house or either she'll make like if I she knows I'm coming, then she will give me
People, do
go
you see? This
yeah.
is the America that we live in.
I am not the
I
worst host. I am a
know
great host, but
my co-host has drank water out of a hose pipe
of
before,
course.
based on where she is from.
Yeah, of
And
course.
now we sit here in 2024. I dare not give my bougie water to my guests
Like I have
because
like
it's expensive.
but like so
Mm.
lately I've been buying this size water. No, I'm not sharing this water. This water is $2.50, 2.49. No, I'm not sharing that. But I haven't seen their sale lately, but when they used to have sales that had like a 6 pack of water, then sometimes I will go out there and I have occasionally like I have given people my water so they can try it and stuff like that. And a lot of people do like the taste of it or whatever.
Is said water any wetter than any other?
No,
I couldn't think
not
so.
really. But it tastes better. It makes you feel better. It doesn't taste like other stuff, and that's why I
Girl,
drink it.
go away.
I'm a great host while she's talking in the chat, and she
She
knows
give
that.
me the sink water she drank out of
I
she
will
rained
not.
out of the wash rag and put in a bottle for
I
me.
I changed my filter. I in the refrigerator for people so they can get ice and everything. Like I'm a real good host, but I'm not can't share my expensive water. Like if no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. But yes, I am from the country.
I have no sympathy that they were out of it simply because ain't nothing wrong with hose pipe water, nothing wrong with sink water.
Well,
It's
back home
water.
you can't even drink the water. Like they tell, I don't think you're allowed to drink the water back home, like from my hometown. Like you know, but
That's
people
if
don't
that's
believe
true,
me.
that's really awful.
No, I'm serious. So yeah. So
I don't know
that's
what I
why when
would
I
do if
come
I can.
home, my mama will sometimes uh, buy me some of my water, or either I just bring my water because
My little
I'm
Twinkies.
a great guest. I bring my own stuff with me. But anyway, for episode 75, it's cool when they do it. It's probably when we do it. It's a story about a black swimmer at Gettysburg College that allegedly had the N word carved into his body. So apparently, like the story broke in the school newspaper, and when it happened, the school actually suspended both the the victim and the alleged perpetrator as well. Um,
Ain't that
so
something?
I know. So and then once it became like once it broke within the, like I said, the student newspaper, and the family started speaking out, I think that's when they allowed the student to come back. But supposedly this event happened back in um back on September the 6th. And so of course the family is saying like this is a hate crime and things of that nature. And this is my thing. Of course, you can obviously see if something is wrote on somebody. I'm just saying. So anyway, TK, what are your thoughts on everything?
What are my thoughts? You asking me? This crazy. Like, okay, so the school suspensions and things like that, that doesn't do anything to these children. They get suspended because what is it? This is not like high school. It goes on your permanent record. It may go on your college record that you were on a suspension from school, but you're still allowed to graduate as long as your parents pay their money, right?
Yeah.
So there's no, like, so what is that? I mean, you're not disassociating yourself with the young man by saying we don't allow that type of behavior. So there's no sympathy that I have for the school being implicated in at all. Because yeah, you're basically saying, hey, okay, yeah, we'll suspend you, but we cannot legally keep you from getting your education here. You know what I'm saying?
And I need to correct myself. He was dismissed from the not suspended, but dismissed from the swim team. Let me just straighten some
Okay.
stuff. Okay.
Well, then, yeah, that might affect him. Like if he was any good and thing, something like that. But still, it's just a punishment. If they allow him to come back and participate, then what was it all for? Because we're not talking about cheating on a test.
Yeah.
We're not talking about doing a panty raid in the girls' dorm. We're talking about you literally assaulting someone, defiling them. Now, I just really don't, I don't know where this young black man's head is at with this, because that's horrible.
Yeah.
It's not funny. Was he amongst people that he thought were his friends? See, that's the thing that we have to always worry about amongst them. We don't know if they're friend or foe. And when you let your guard down, it's a different type of vulnerability in that way, because you are now trusting just yourself to say, because regardless on most people's beliefs, most black people are fearful around white people when it comes to being the only one there. And I'm gonna say it may not be you, because I don't know, you have a different way of thinking than most people that I
I
know.
don't think that. I don't necessarily think that. Not in
Well,
all situations.
and yet, but would you be shocked if something were to happen to you and you were the only black person in a group of white people?
I think it just depends. Most of the white people that I hang around with are
I'm not.
very.
I'm not even talking about people you hang around. I'm talking about in
I know, but
general.
like this, but that's the only reference I can make. Like I don't, if obviously I don't know people, I can't speak on what I don't know. So the people that I do know, I think that for the most part, most of the people that are in my circle, then yes, I would feel absolutely safe. It's only maybe one person in particular that I don't know, because I don't know if they would, one, know that what's going on, and two, like stand up. But for the most part, everybody else, yes.
Well, I'm completely different. So in a room full of Caucasian people and I'm the minority, I think the same way they think. I feel like, what's the worst case scenario? They could all turn on me and jump on me and kill me in here, and nobody would know or care.
Is this like people you know? Or are you talking about like people like just random
All
people?
it
Like
doesn't
random people?
matter.
Oh, okay.
If I was in a group full and I knew 4 or 5 of them, I would still feel this. I still feel the same
Right.
way, simply because I don't know. Because I've been around enough of them to know that just because they say one thing, they could feel an entirely different way, and I need them to know that about me as well. Like, I am going to sit here and make conversation with you, but I feel a completely different type of way about you because I don't know, from your mindset. I could sit around a group of us and be like, something might go down amongst them, and I need to get out the way. But I don't. I would never at any point feel like they gonna turn on me all, and I'll be the only one by myself to have to
Mm.
defend myself. So that's the difference in how they perceive us, and I would go as far as say the majority of black people feel that way because you don't know. But then we're the only ones that have to fake it to make it. Nobody goes out of their way to make sure that we're comfortable, that we're the ones that's okay with being in a room full of white people being the only minority. But we have to go out of our way to make certain that they're comfortable when we're in their presence because it could turn out bad for us if we don't. And I just, I watched the movie the Magical Society of Magical Negroes or something like that on Prime. I mean, it's not a good movie whatsoever, but it made you think of how people have to code switch and behave to make sure that in order for us to get home safely, we have to make sure they feel safe around us, and it's not fair. And that's the very definition of racism to me. And the ignorance and unwillingness to understand that and where we're coming from is what makes you the racist. So yeah.
So, hmm.
And it's weird that this young man was at school. Like I said, he's on a swim team. He's at a swim team function.
Yeah, and he is the as he is definitely the only black person that is on the team. Um,
I didn't even look and see where Gettysburg is, but it's got to be somewhere northeast because
I'm
it's
assuming it has
called.
to be Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, it's
I can't
Pennsylvania.
remember. Yeah, it has to be Pennsylvania because most of the outlets are saying like Pennsylvania. I mean,
Okay, so
Philadelphia
yeah,
or whatever. So yeah, it has to be like there.
you know,
But they also apparently they what they ended up doing is um they suspended, well, dismissed them without the investigation being complete. That is what's really and that is what's really the
mm,
part that kind of intrigues me some, like, why would you do this? Because also, like, you can clearly see if someone does have a racial slur written on them. Like, you can
it's
easily
going to
see that. And
scar.
I'm not saying that, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it can't happen, that it's just being done like, like some, what's the Jesse? Is it Jesse
It's
Smollett?
Jesse Smollett.
So, but
Juicy.
otherwise, like, but you would be able to see if they did it with their own hands, because I would think that it would be backward, like how it would be weird. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To me.
this is something that somebody's saying because some people are stupid when it comes to themselves. And then, but my thing is, do you see what I'm getting at here is, what black man have you ever has ever said and thought, hey, I'm gonna carve the C word for Caucasians into someone's skin, into their white skin? Who is nobody? The cannibalistic nature of what they've done to this man by defiling him in this way is only the mindset of, I'm just gonna have to say to certain people because that is weird, and I don't understand why they think stuff like that is hilarious and funny because they laugh at stuff like
Yeah, along with like blackface and stuff like that.
yeah,
I don't even get it. Like,
playing with people, putting nooses on their porch and
yeah.
doing stuff like what it that's funny to you. Do you know what this represents? Do you know how people are made to feel in regards to this particular item in history or what, however you want to look at? Like it is
Yeah.
ridiculous to me how some of them think, and I'm gonna say some of them because I really don't. I can't fathom that each person has this sadistic nature in them like that. Because like I said, then I wouldn't have anything to believe in. You mean I keep it
What
real.
you mean you wouldn't have anything to believe
Like
in?
if I honestly felt like each and every one of them had this tendency to carve, do you know what it takes to carve something? That means you're using something that's you have to apply a force beyond no measure to carve something.
Well, what I also, speaking of that, what I also, and maybe I overlooked this, that could be possible, but how did the, alleged victim end up staying to be carved? Because that gotta hurt.
Mm,
You
that's
see
a
what I'm
long
saying?
word. That's a six-letter word, ain't it?
Well, yeah, well, yeah.
If you put the hard R on it, you know what I'm saying. Um,
So, like,
so
was he drunk? I
it
didn't,
did, it didn't indicate. That's what I was trying to figure out.
because that to me, but if it's a party, they could have definitely been, or either like,
They could have had a gun to that man's head or a knife to his throat.
well, that's why I'm like, if there was more people like that held him down or something like that, then it should be more people that may have, that's why I'm definitely, wondering.
It can and it possibly could be more people implicated because it like again we know this is a brother and this is an athlete, so he not no weakling. So it had to be something, and then either they had something like what why he should have been screaming this from the rafters. I would, cause see the thing about see some people just don't, they just know who they can and can't fool with. I guess I don't know.
Mm, yeah, that's the part that, like I said, that definitely, like, why did they initially, like, one, why is alleged victim automatically dismissed from the team? Like, what all happened?
They
Like,
probably told him now he got a racial slur on his body and he's a swim team, so he can't cover it up.
that is, whoa, that is definitely different. That is definitely different than if
Ain't no
that's the
telling why
case.
they suspended him. A parent could have said something like, "If you suspended them, you suspend him too. You don't suspend my son." Ain't no telling. But that's gonna come back to hunt them in a lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't know, but I did put
Probably
some
said he'll be a
questions.
distraction to or disturbance to the team. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. I did put the, like, in case you didn't want to necessarily publicly say whether or not you felt unsafe or not. I did put our telephone number in the chat, the 256-384-3716 in the chat, so you can just hit up the chat line and let me know your opinion, and I can definitely read that out loud without saying any names or
Who
anything.
feel unsafe? Cause I will. I you know what?
You just said you feel unsafe.
What around them? There ain't nobody here with me.
No, 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 no. You just asked the question earlier, remember?
What?
Did you forget that?
Probably.
Okay. Ain't no problem. You really forgot that you asked me
Okay.
that.
If you don't
Okay.
feel safe, put it in the chat. Put it in the phone number. Text it to the phone. I don't know what she's talking about. She probably making up stuff again. She do that.
I'm not
Shout
making
out to
up
Roll
nothing.
Tide. We got the Alabama Georgia game coming up.
That's that's
Roll Tide, baby.
that's odd. But any other
Alright.
thoughts about this?
Odd. I know you didn't. No, I don't.
Okay.
I know you didn't.
We'll get it. Go ahead and go to our next topic for episode 75. And I am quite sure you all have seen it, where the little 8-year-old child decided that they wanted to go to Target. And it was important that they go to Target.
I am all for this. Little girl,
Okay.
I am so happy for you.
So if you're not familiar with the story, the parents reported that their child and their vehicle was missing. The neighbor's ring camera, um, or whatever kind of device they have, captured the fact that it was the 8-year old that got into the car and started driving. Um, the 8-year old decided that they wanted to go to a Target, which was like 20 some miles away. They
Put
decided
gas
that they
in the
wanted to go
car.
to Target.
Went got the oil change. Had the little man wipe the windows off and everything. So y'all can't even trip. She had her own money. She ain't asked nobody for nothing.
So in none of the stories, like the actual articles and news story, I didn't see any other mention of the $400. But supposedly, the child had $400, went to Target, went to the Starbucks inside of Target, and decided to have a frappuccino. Um,
That's the only problem I have. She 8 years old. She don't need that caffeine. But go ahead.
the child admitted that they did hit a mailbox. I did also see the video. The child, because I was wondering, and let me just say this because I was curious. I was like, why was nobody on the road at 7 o'clock? It was on a Sunday.
Mm.
It was on a Sunday.
Was Target
Um,
even open? They don't open it. What time they open?
well, I think it just depends on different cities and states and
Ain't no
stuff.
Target open at 7 o'clock, is it?
My
Put
Target
it in the
is,
chat.
but
Put it in the chat.
the Targets near me are not.
No.
But I think there are some Targets that open at 7 o'clock. Apparently, this one was open at
Maybe
7 o'clock.
just the Starbucks part.
Or maybe by the time they arrived in the 20-minute drive, that it could have been 8 o'clock at this point.
20 minutes. She got there in 20 minutes. God,
It was
Lee.
like a 25 minute drive.
So
This
she,
little
but
eight
I'm
year
just
old.
saying, she know a 25 minute drive should have took her 2 hours at 8 years old. What you talking about?
So I
She,
saw the video because somebody did call, and Starbucks, they sold her the cappuccino. She went up to the Starbucks and asked for her frappuccino, and she got it. And
as she should have. She had the money.
so the parents were able, I think they got some kind of tracker on the vehicle. They were able to track the vehicle to Target, based on what the neighbor said. Because again, they reported the child and the vehicle missing. Um, and then the police decided to let the child continue drinking the frappuccino.
And she should. She paid for it.
I think so. In mentioning about the $400, it appears that the child may have bought some items from Target, but from what I heard, again, I didn't see it in any of the actual article, but from what I heard is that um, they gave the items back in exchange and gave back the money or whatever. I guess they refunded the child for the other items, but this is my thing. Where I'm curious, like, where did child get this $400 from? Because I think it was in cash.
That's not
Like
your business.
the
That's
the
not your
child was out
concern.
here taking the keys and the money.
It
Like,
don't. It's not even your concern. She got all the skills. She got all the life lessons. She went to the right store. She didn't waste her time at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? She went to Target and she drinking sucking frappuccino. Girl, bye. My sister, they didn't give your name because you was a minor. So, but I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you made it safely to Target, which is something that most 8-year-olds could not do. So you have, no matter what kind of flack you get from this, from your parents, from the police, because I believe it's gonna be some court dates. But
I don't
I'm
think there's any charges that have. I don't think any charges have been made or anything like that.
for the parents either.
Because
Well, I right there.
because like, luckily the child didn't hit any vehicles or anything.
She hit
And
him.
like,
Oh yeah, that's what
well, I will say this. First of all, the fact that this child knew how to get to Target in
yes,
20
that's
some minutes,
the
like,
most amazing.
especially seeing how it was like 20 some minutes away from their house, that is impressive. Let me just say
Because at
this.
8 years old, I could go up the road on my bike, and that's it. I couldn't get nowhere else. At 8, and
And
these
then
kids smarter than we was. I'm sorry, you too.
and then the simple fact that, like, okay, now I will say I was like, oh, I was totally impressed. Like, nobody, you know, the child only hit a mailbox, da 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 da. I was super duper impressed because, these kids be out here driving like kids, or taking a car to go get some candy. Like, hide your keys. They talking about like hide guns. No, you need to hide your keys too, because these kids in a car, that's scary.
Do you
Cause
see
I
that little Caucasian boy that took that truck that time and was hitting everything? He driving down the wrong side of the
That's what I'm saying. So
bruh.
I'm definitely impressed with this little 8-year old, because now I will say, before I saw the video, I was a lot more impressed with her. When I saw the video, I was like, I don't know.
I didn't see it
When I
either.
when I saw the video,
I
um, I realized at this point, I was like,
she
why was
us.
nobody else driving, driving down the road? Because I'm assuming like it's, weekday. But when I found out it was a Sunday, I said, "Oh, this makes total sense," because it was literally only like two vehicles that saw the person that had the dash cam, and then there was a car like on this other side, like trying to, I guess, go into the other, in the on the road that she on the street that she was on. But that baby was swerving and swerving and swerving, to the point that the person that had the dash cam is the one that has been showing the footage. And they actually called the police, because they was like, it's a dude driving erratic. And then they called back, and those, or either still on the phone, they was like, no, this is a kid. This is a kid that's driving erratic. But apparently the kid, I'm assuming, parked great at once they got to Target.
Yeah, because you can only park crooked at Walmart. Target will put them police on your ass. They'll come out, but hey, straighten up.
But I was super impressed with the child, but that was dangerous.
It
That
really
was
was.
dangerous.
I hope she learns the lesson from this that she cannot do that until she is legally able to drive. But she did it good. You know, she done good. Most, like I said, most 8 year olds, it would have ended in tragedy. And I'm glad that she did make it. And but next time she tell y'all she want to go to the DAMN store, take her to the DAMN store, him, because you won't have these problems. Because I guarantee you the child was like, look, I want to go to Target. I got this money. Y'all tripping. I don't know what y'all over here do. Yeah, I think it's yeah. I don't think it was us. But anyway, bless her heart. I hope I find out one day if it was or was not us. And because that's funny. Starbucks threw me off. Starbucks is throwing me off. But somebody calling as soon as their car is missing before they child. Yes, I believe
No,
that
they
might have
called
been.
about both. They thought somebody stole the, like, I guess, abducted the child within the car or whatever.
I don't know. I think they saw. I think they spotted and noticed the car first, just because they didn't know this child that took the car and went to Target, so they probably don't pay much attention to her. So they noticed the car first.
But like, would you have been able to get to your Target as a kid? I don't even know if Target is. I feel like I didn't even know Target existed when I was a kid. To be honest, I'm
I
just being
think
honest.
Target came about when I was a teenager. I remember Hickory Hollow, the Target at Hickory Hollow.
But do you think, as an 8-year old, that you would be able to like navigate?
I could get to IGA on my bike, and that was only because it was about 3 blocks away.
I didn't get
And
my
my,
license until I was like 17.
oh gosh, I believe that. But anyway, I knew my neighborhood. I knew how to get to my friend's house to live in my neighborhood only because the bus went by there. That's where they got the bus at. I
Hmm.
remembered it. But no, I couldn't get out on the big road and then go. Do you know how many different traffic laws and lights and things have changed from then to now? I, if I was 8 now, no. If I was 8
Cause it's
then,
so
no.
dangerous. It's so dangerous and scary. Like, literally, you have to put your kids up these days, because these kids are out here like to get you. I have an access, especially they have access to a phone. They may have Apple Pay, Google Pay. They may have Cash App. They may have something to be like, let me type this right twice. And
They can maneuver in the world. We had an allowance that was kept in the jar, and our parents kept an eye on the jar. If the jar got light, they gonna want to know what's going on.
honestly,
too.
I know I wouldn't have did it. I know. There's no way I would have did it. Been able to do it. I wouldn't have got in the car. I wouldn't have did any of
I
that.
would have ventured out on my bike before I tried to get in the car. You know what I'm
Yeah, the
saying?
car
Like,
is dangerous.
yeah, yeah, that thing big.
And
But I
like I
used,
remember, like my mama, she had like one of those old. It was either my mama or my grandmama, but it was like one of those old, old style body, Chevrolet. Was it like a, or maybe it was an Oldsmobile?
Oldsmobile or Cutlass, probably a Cutlass.
It was one of those other things. I
Type
can't
it in the
remember
chat,
what it
man.
was.
What you had? What you had?
My mama is not gonna type anything in the chat. She may text me. Maybe it's like a Chevrolet Chevette or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it was like a old. It's it was a very it would be definitely an antique. It's an antique,
A Buick Skylark.
like one of them ones that like you make the vehicle out of metal,
Well, yeah, was it?
like those kind.
What you think cars used to be
Maybe
made out of?
maybe it was a Caprice. Maybe it was
Yeah,
a
probably.
Caprice
That's what I
or
was just gonna
something like
say.
that.
Caprice box. All right, now that's it right there. I want one of them now. If I find one now, you got a Capri box out there? Let me know, baby. Hey,
They had
but
those
a
little, it was
'89.
like box. It's more curvy. So that's what I'm saying. I think it was a little bit older.
I will never forget the car that I didn't want to drive. That I was embarrassed my mama had, and I was like, "Bruh," I used to tell. She picked me up from Central. I would tell her meet me down the street, and I walked down there. I was like, I'm like, it was a Dodge Aries, and then but the day I turned 16 and got my license, that's the first thing I want to give me them keys. I need them keys.
So you was embarrassed when she was driving, but it's okay because you driving. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was like, and that I say, well, I flipped the script on y'all because I mean, I'm sorry, because I went to school with kids that parents drove really really nice cars,
Mm.
and I usually rode the bus, but when Mama picked me up, when she was off, and I'd be like, but she was rarely off. Like I normally rode the bus all the time, so it was only like maybe 4 times the whole time I was at Central. But I sure did. Tell her go on down there. I'll walk past you. I'll meet you down there. And then run to the car and duck down in the floor. Go, 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 go. I know that probably hurt her feelings too. Bless my heart.
But yeah, so if would you punish your child if your child did this and only hit the mailbox? Obviously, if they did more damage, that's a different
But
story.
I
But
punished them.
yeah, would they be in trouble for this, or you like what would you do?
They're going to understand the ramifications of what could have happened. But I don't think I would punish them and be like, look here, now look, if you needed to go to the store, just say something. You got me going viral and you going viral over this nonsense. Yeah, it would be more of a logic lesson than a punishment. I'm not whooping you to the. Now I'm not saying I wouldn't whoop a child because I'm telling you sometimes you got to whoop them. But I don't think there would be a punishment for this from me. But there
Mm,
would be a harsh, and I do mean a harsh education, because that is you need to not think that this is a toy because it's not a toy
yeah.
and it's dangerous.
I think at first initial like I'll be relieved that my child is safe,
Oh yeah,
and
that's
then I'll
first and
be like,
foremost.
you should never figure out what he like. You would never know what the keys are at ever again in life,
I'm definitely
or
not having
never,
access, letting you have no access to the key.
or my four
First,
hundred dollars. Like,
you don't know how to. You don't know where that child got the money. That child might have made that money. You don't know. Now that's something that parents gonna have to get over. Some of these kids might be like these 5, 6, 7, 8 year olds. They gonna have more money than you. Whether they get it from people, they gonna start having these hustles. Like hustling is coming back in the small children. Like these, you got 8 year old entrepreneurs out here starting magazines,
yeah,
these kids ain't playing with y'all. And then I'm telling you, you can't talk to these kids the same way you talk to us broke children. Okay?
yeah. It was a kid that I can't think of the candle company, but they made candles locally, like in this area. And during the pandemic, me and my best friend, we ended up ordering from the child. And it was just like, I was like, that was cool. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like a milkshake or something. It was something like a unique kind of candle. It wasn't just a regular candle. So,
And then I'm telling you, don't you start stealing these children money, they gonna have more money than you. I mean, and that's just it.
if
Like,
they don't, if they don't spend it on Roblox, they'll have more money.
right?
If they don't spend it on these Roblox and all these other games they got
And then
out there.
that was my second point. Don't start dictating what they can and can't do with their money. Don't nobody tell your grown ass what to do with your money. Not talking to you specifically, but don't nobody tell you that it's a new way. You're not going to be able to raise children the way you were raised. I'm just telling you that right now. It's on a different level. They smarter than you. First of all, think they not. That's the first. That's your first mistake. They smarter than you.
Some kids are very
Yeah.
definitely smart for their age.
They
They really
smarter
are
than their
really smart for their
parents,
age.
and then they gonna have more money than you, and they're gonna have sense that's not so much common sense but logic sense, and you really can't argue with them. And the first thing that parents are gonna do and lose their respect is get angry at them for being smarter than you, for having more money than you, or having more logic than you, and that's wrong. And I'm not. This ain't coming from no therapist or nothing at all. I'm observing what I see in these kids. These kids are and they're going to start speaking up for themselves. So the disrespect that we took as children from them disrespectful persons, because sometimes they can get disrespectful. You might not be able to say, but I can. We had to take it, and from these adults and our elders respect you. All that we had to take that. The new kids, they're not finna take that. You're going to be respected as you respect. And that, ooh, I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Ooh, that was it right there. You will be respected as you respect. That's what these children gonna know. And people my age and older aren't gonna understand. And they're gonna be like, I ain't gonna tell you about my auntie. She think if you roll your eyes, you done disrespected her. You done defiled her. You might as well slapped her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But these kids, they gonna be different, and y'all better be prepared for it, and don't treat them unfairly.
Oh, Robux. I thought it was. But ain't Roblox the name of the game? But I
Yeah,
guess they spend
Roblox.
money on
The
Robux.
Robux is what it's called.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. But the game is Roblox, right?
Right, and it
Okay.
looks stupid as I don't know what. Like these little game Minecraft and all that. That stuff looks stupid. Why do these kids love that stuff? That because they doing some freaky deaky that we can't see because we can't. I'm telling you, like they tell you they be typing in code. That's how them predators be getting them children by talking to
Oh
them.
yeah.
They do some kind of code and they open up a whole new different chat and they start. That's what they're not playing no game. Take that. Throw that daggone game away. Throw it out the window. They don't need none of it. But it don't matter because it's on their laptop, it's on their iPad, it's on their phone. They don't have books no more, so they all gotta have an iPad. You can't take it from them. Anything that you can put an app on that can get Cash App, they can pay for whatever they want to on their own.
Well, as you were saying this, I just thought about that I should have actually told on my nephew because that little kid, he's something else. That's who I should have actually told on for this episode, but it didn't. But yeah, I was really impressed with her until I saw her driving, and then I was like, thankfully it was Sunday and nobody was out that early in the morning because I'm thinking like rush hour, like because it would have been a bad situation if it was through the weekday because other cars would have been out there because that baby was swerving, baby. That baby was all in them lanes and then passing people. The nerve, the the unmitigated gall to pass somebody
Right.
because to pass the person that was
Most
doing the dash
definitely
cam,
unmitigated. Because that
I'm
was.
like, that is the nerve.
She said, I got this. Somebody has let her like she can't you can't get that from observers. Somebody has let her sit on somebody's lap and drove before. She done drove. She got a vehicle of her own, like at like a Barbie car or something. You know what I'm saying? She's
Yeah.
driven before. Like that wasn't
Maybe
you.
a like maybe like a four wheeler or something like something that had. But then I'm like, this kid, like what? Because I think about like 8 year olds. Because my little nephew, the one that I should have told on, he's 9, and he's not short, but I'm like, I don't know if he can be able to see over a wheel in an SUV. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's a different kind of,
If
because
you're
this
in
is
an
an
SUV,
SUV and not a
possible.
car.
SUV, I would think is easier than a car because cars are lower. You can put that seat up like in my Infinity. I can put the seat all the way up and be all the way up
But that's
here.
what I'm saying. Like, why did this kid know all of this? Like, that means that the kid knew this to be able to, like, I don't know. I'm
They
just ready to
smarter than
blast
us.
blast the child is safe though.
The
Any other
only
thoughts?
the only thing they can't do better than us is uh, predict the outcome. And by that, they can think ahead, but they cannot predict on how stuff is going to turn out to be able to alter their
We can't
plans.
either.
Shit.
We have more of a no, we can't predict that either. We just have more of a
I'm talking about like if
we
you
know
tell a
of the
lie,
consequences. We know
you,
of the consequences. Is that what you mean? Like we know consequences and they don't know consequences?
no, they know concept. What I'm saying is
Okay.
they don't know how to cover themselves in a lie.
Mm.
Like they'll say, "Oh, I did
No,
my
some people
homework."
kids be lying.
Well, what I'm saying
Don't
is,
they be
okay, this
lying?
is what I'm saying. When it comes to
Okay.
an elaborate story,
Okay.
when it comes, I'm having to cover this up and not get in trouble. They don't think ahead. Like they'll say, "I didn't eat no peanut butter and jelly sandwich and have jelly crumbs all over there." You know what I'm saying? Like they were like, just because you don't see the sandwich here, you gonna believe I didn't eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
it's
I believe some kids will like cover their tracks.
I don't think they have the power of deduction that they think they do. You know what I'm saying? So I just that's the only difference. They're smarter than us. I'm sorry. If we don't stay on our toes, they're gonna beat us every time.
They're smart as far as like technology because they got a like a head start on that. I don't think they.
Okay,
I
don't
don't
think
think
that.
in every instance that they are. There are some kids that are smart, but that was some kids that were smart when we was young too. So that's I don't know. Any other thoughts?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So the next story is about the sheriff in Kentucky. The Letcher is it Letcher County Sheriff Sean Steins Steens where one or the other.
One of
Um,
those.
basically shot the district judge Kevin Mullins multiple times inside the courthouse.
Not just once either. It was multiple times, like
Yes,
four shots.
inside the courthouse. Um, the judge died on the scene, and now there is being rumors or allegations that one of the allegations was that um, he allowed this particular person to harass or assault women in his office. And then there was another rumor, alleged rumor going around that apparently this judge was trying to contact the underage daughter of the sheriff. I did hear this morning, I think it was this morning, that one of the that the judge and the person and the sheriff had a phone, and apparently allegedly people are saying it was the daughter's phone, and the sheriff texted to make sure that it was the right person, and that the judge received the text message, and that's when, because apparently they have a video of some of this.
I heard a different story when I
Okay.
first saw it, but I didn't. I don't recall. It's because it was recent, but it wasn't just like yesterday. And then let me see.
So it was saying that it was a deputy that because I was like I can't remember the
Yeah.
person's name, but it was a deputy that basically uh forced himself or whatever on a woman inside the judge's chambers. And my thing is like that is actually really bold to be able to not only assault someone but assault someone in front of the judge. So
In the
is that
chambers. That's the
exactly?
judge error.
So like why are y'all that comfortable enough to do that? Why are you comfortable enough to do that?
We about to
And
find out. It's about to be a full investigation
yeah,
because
uh,
a man has died. A judge has died in his chambers at the
mhm.
hand of another. city official. Uh, yeah, that's about to be some fun times in Lisher County, Kentucky.
And
That's some hillbilly. Sorry.
so apparently, the the former deputy sheriff did actually plead guilty to rape as well. Um, I just think that something had to have happened. Like, I don't know if all
Does
of these people were like in cahoots, because again, as the sheriff, I wouldn't. One, I'm not trying to be committing crimes. I'm definitely not trying to commit crimes in the judge's chamber. Like, why
well,
would you feel so comfortable doing it? That's what I want to know.
okay? What you just told me surprised me because I heard that the sheriff was doing something and the judge brought him in the chambers to confront him about it and tell him about it, or something like that. And that's when he's like, "Oh no, you ain't finna do that. You about to take this lead to your body." That's
No,
what I heard.
no. From my understanding, is they said that Steins, the sheriff, was deposed because of a lawsuit because of the two women. So that's that's what's being reported. Um,
Yeah, we gotta narrow down the reports because I'm hearing
well, like I said,
something.
it's so many different things that's going on. Of course, like people are also saying that allegedly the judge had had been engaging with underage children. Um, so this is not anything new.
I don't like
Um,
that.
it's just a lot that was
That's a
said in this little small town
good
in
Lord,
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Kentucky got weird for like you don't really hear anything good out of Kentucky.
You don't really hear too much from Kentucky, to be honest.
The Derby
It's
is
one of
about
the
it.
it's one of the if obviously I live in Tennessee. If I wasn't so close to Kentucky, and even still then, I don't hear much about Kentucky, to be honest.
It
Like, it seems like they don't do too much.
they're the awkward people.
But like, you hear from Georgia, you hear from Alabama, you hear from Mississippi, Tennessee, like you hear from all of these other states, surrounding states, but like nothing ever really just pop off
It's the moonshine.
like, but nothing else really like just pops off in Kentucky.
But the Derby.
Yeah,
They
you
make
said the Derby.
so much money off the Derby. They don't need nothing else to happen there all year.
But yeah, I just thought that was a weird story. Like I said, hopefully everything started coming out, and we'll get to the bottom exactly what happened. Because I feel as though in this situation, um, this will definitely go to trial, because if I was defending my child or trying to defend my child, this is something that I definitely would be, like, okay, I need everybody to know, like, this is why I did it. And therefore, the likelihood of him getting off, if that it was involving, his child, I think a jury of his peers, you know, might let him,
No,
might show leniency for
no.
his actions.
There is no leaning, and I'm gonna use that as a word.
Okay.
There is no leaning against somebody that shot him in his chambers, because most oftentimes the chambers is in the courthouse.
Of course.
So I
Like,
don't
he had
think
to have a gun because he's a sheriff.
sheriff. Yes, and he used his government issued weapon to kill a government official, and his government tail going to government jail. Oh, that
I
rhyme.
don't I don't I
Put
don't
it in the
think I think
freestyle
if
later.
I think if the allegations are correct about the child and stuff like this, or him allowing, women to be assaulted, potentially, like I said, including his child and stuff like that, I think it's gonna be hard for a jury of his peers to be like, nah, we gonna let you go to jail for a long time. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, also, who has peers involved in the equation is the judge. So keep that in mind too.
Yeah, but like, not everybody like their colleagues.
Okay. You think it's a blue wall? It's a black wall too. And I
I
don't mean my brothers and sisters.
because the thing about it is the fact that Well, one is probably going to have to be somebody outside of that is obviously the presiding judge, because a lot of judges are going to have to recuse themselves, especially knowing either knowing the sheriff or knowing. So it's not going to be anybody like local. It wouldn't be a local judge or anything like that. That's overseeing the case. So and a lot of people, even a lot of people hold themselves to a different standard, and judges are supposed to be held to a higher standard. So, but that's just my
Because
take.
we know that happens. There's
I'm
no
not
crooked
saying
judges out there.
I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. That there's other judges that hold people. There's some people that's like, oh, this person is a judge, and I don't really like that person. So that's what I'm saying. Like whoever this person is that's going to be presiding over the situation, I'm saying that more more than
Are you really
likely,
saying
more
it?
than likely, they will want the sanctity of being a judge to be covered, and they wouldn't want that kind of backlash on them if
the
the
same
allegations are true.
the same thing about the judge that threatened to murder the black children too. That
No,
same lady.
I'm not
She's
saying.
a
That's what I'm
judge.
saying. That's why I said some of these people don't like their colleagues. I said you're supposed to be held to a higher standard and hold yourself and your colleagues to a higher standard. And some people do. Some people are ethical, and some people will never be ethical.
Right. That is true. Ethics is hard to find, and that's something that you can't even. I mean, you can't even quantify. Either you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
So it's not like I have a few ethical things about me. No, you either have ethics or you don't. I think that's the case. You know, that's
So
just
see,
what I think.
one of the judges. I'm reading that one of the judges. No, one of the prosecutors. It looks like, I believe, had to recuse himself because the judge and him married sisters. So that's what I'm saying. Other Because some people won't necessarily recuse themselves in certain situations. Like I remember, I believe the whole Harvard situation, Supreme Court about the affirmative action. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Justice Jackson, um, she recused herself because I think she went to Harvard and was on the Harvard board. So that's what I'm saying. Some people hold themselves to that. Not everybody do, but a lot of people that
You do realize that sometimes that is the result of them being asked to do that, right? Like you want to do
sometimes
that
they're
before
asked,
they
and
make you do that.
sometimes it's as a result of that, and sometimes, like I said, some people have a very ethical standard that they have for themselves and others. So
Just love your outlook on the world. As delulu as it may be
it's
sometimes,
not as delusional.
I really do admire it.
It's not delusional. See, that's why we're the opposites.
Yeah.
We're the opposite. Um.
Yes.
So
Sane and delusional.
the last story is about in so pretty much this guy on Twitter slash TikTok um was telling another story that his aunts were turning 60. They got into a disagreement because of the menu, because they was going to have a joint party. Um, there is what he calls the bougie aunt and the hood aunt. And so since they were splitting the parties now, he was trying to figure out which party should he go to. And then the uncle that was going to turn whatever age in like 5 days decided that he was going to go to the hood auntie, have a collab with the hood auntie, and have a birthday celebration that way. So it was a whole big thing on, like I said, between Twitter and TikTok and a couple other, I guess, some other social medias about what he was going to actually do. Come to find out, he had intentions to go to both parties. He didn't go to both parties because I don't know exactly what happened, but he didn't go to both parties. He went to the hood party. I saw the plates. Personally, I feel like they could have combined the plates together for food, but Bujan had hers on a boat. The other aunt had a house party, basically. So I say all that to say, if it came down to you having to decide of like two similar relatives, let's just say your aunts, and you had to decide like which party to go to, do you know which aunt's party you would go to, or would you try to go and do both?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
I don't know. I
Know
don't.
what?
I don't know. I don't. I don't.
What do you?
That wouldn't be a situation I would be in, so I don't know how to answer the question.
Well, obviously they're not like twins or anything, but I'm just saying like you have aunts, you have more than one aunt.
Would I choose one over the other? Most definitely.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So so you wouldn't try to go to would this one asking, would you try to go to both events, or would you try to like just go to one?
It because I the reason why this apparently is a story or is trending is because they're twins,
Correct.
and it was on the same day,
Of
and it
course.
was stupid of both of them to have two parties, to have and expect people to pick one of y'all. That's retarded. Excuse me. Sorry, you can't say that word. That's dumb. Okay, so for them to put their family in that situation, it was wrong. So I don't care who got mad or whatever. Either we gonna have a part like you forced, like especially the young man that was talking about it. Now he gotta decide which one he go to. If he go to both of them, I mean, if you go to one of them, he gonna be looked at this way. If you go to the other one, he'll be looked at this way. If you don't go to either one of them, they gonna look at him one way. So I think it was a very awkward and weird situation for them to put their family in. And if in the situation that one of my aunties had a party and my other auntie, which I know which auntie that would be, would throw a party on the same day, then I wouldn't go to either one of them.
Oh, okay.
And so because I wouldn't that is a situation that is ridiculous, and I think it is going to intentionally cause drama in families that already have plenty. So I really don't know why I'm very upset at the world for making this trend because it was just weird to me. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole thing. That was
So
a very stupid thing to do.
so he ended up going to the hood party, as he classified the hood party, that was combined with the uncle, and that is also the party that his mother went to and his father went to. His sister went to the bougie aunt boat party. Later on, the aunt did show up to the hood party and pretty much, I guess, stayed, left her guests, left her party, and went to the hood aunt, and that's what I was like.
Yeah.
They should have just combined. But like, I have so many nieces and nephews. Like something like this has happened. Um, like
Fuck
not
that.
necessarily parties, but like events. I have two of my nephew and my niece graduated the same day. Most of the time, the graduations are not the same day, but this particular situation, the graduations was the same day. One of them graduated from in the town that I'm from, and the other one graduated in a nearby city, and you have to like get tickets and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
it was never in my mind that I was going to his like graduation, because first of all, it was my little mini me that graduated, so obviously I'm going to her graduation because I know people don't supposed to have favorites, and he's like one of my favorites as well, but like he ain't my little mini me. And so yes, I do make determining factors based on like
There's no judgment there.
who not necessarily who I like more, but like who I normally am around more. So and I don't feel no type of way about it. People may feel a type of way about it, but I don't feel no type of way about it because that's my little mini me. And clearly I'm going to her graduation. Um, because one, you ain't even gotta have tickets. It's out there on the field. You ain't have to have no ticket. So I didn't feel any type of way. And I definitely went
I
to
cannot believe this was a trend in something. These folks
yeah.
did this stupid stuff. But yeah, that's one way to have drama in your family where everybody knows we could all use some extra drama in our family. So
Yeah, and he said that this was a situation happened and the family didn't really get along or speak for like 2 years,
so
and they're just now getting like the family is just now getting back together, and they decide to have two separate parties.
Cause that's yeah. I don't want to be in. I wouldn't want to be in that family. That's one of them families they talk about on Facebook where they say you got to let your family go sometime.
Be like, no contact, no
Cause
contact.
that is just horrible. And then they sisters and twins at that supposed to be have the best vibe and bond on in the world, and they acting stupid out here over a
Well,
disagreement about the menu. The menu.
I know, and then like, cause one of them had like chicken, like fried chicken. The hood one had like fried chicken, meatballs, green beans, mac and cheese. Looks like I guess it was potato salad. The other one had looks like pasta salad, maybe either steak or brisket, because I couldn't really figure it out, um, and stuff like that. So that's why I'm like, the foods could have literally been combined together. All you had to do was just be like, oh, they also had salad. I was like, you could have had a salad at the real places where everybody like, you know, it's just not good. But I actually have twin siblings. There's also a lot of um what's that? You have a lot of twins in this. You don't hear me?
Yeah, so I don't know what you just did, but it sounds good, and I'm glad we're towards the end over here,
Oh, okay.
cause baby, yeah, something going on.
Okay.
Mayday, mayday.
But yeah, so but I have a lot of twins in my family, and I have twin siblings. And if my twin siblings were to throw a party, I would definitely, because I get along with both of them. Because he also didn't necessarily get along with the bougie one for real like that. But I get along with both my twin siblings, so I would try to make both of their parties. But that's just my take on it. But anyway, for episode number 75, what book, television show, or movie has taught you, TK? What has a book, television, or movie taught you? Show taught you?
I'm going old school today. I took it back to one of my Facebook friends has recently been making posts about Low Down Dirty Shame, starring Keenan Ivory Wayans and Jada Pinkett, and it's
Oh.
Jada Pinkett. Uh, have you not seen that?
Mm, mm, mm.
Girl, I really don't understand. I do
I
not
know of
understand.
it. I
It
know
doesn't
of it,
matter
but
if you have not
what
seen the
part?
Low Down Dirty Shame. I and know every Taylor Swift song out there. Anyway,
I don't know every
I
Taylor Swift.
but
I know some.
either way, I just cannot. Your black card needs to be revoked. I'm calling the committee. I'm revoking it.
Okay.
Revoking it. No,
Okay. Well,
I'm
I
gonna
don't know none
say
of that.
no. You are not, but you people that are black know Low Down Dirty Shame and of a certain age. So that's all I'm gonna
I
say.
know it. I never seen it. That's
That's
the thing.
ridiculous.
It is what it is.
Yes, it is. But anyway, I don't even forget what I'm. You know what? I don't forget what segment it is because I heard y'all heard me say I forgot who I'm telling them. But anyway, Low Down Dirty Shame. You can't trust everybody. That's all. I can't even remember what I was gonna say about this from the simple fact that my co-host has never seen a Low Down Dirty Shame, and I'm getting on
There's a lot of
Facebook.
movies that I don't see.
Right, girl, and this is not
I
help. That
saw
does not help
Romeo and
your
High School
case.
Reunion. I saw Romeo and High School Reunion.
Right, I've seen that too, but I've also seen black movies. That's why I'm tripping off you.
I do. I saw Set It Off and Love and Basketball.
Thank y'all for coming out. God
Oh,
bless
I
y'all.
also
Good
seen.
night.
I also
I'm
seen.
done. I ain't got nothing else to
Don't
say.
be a menace to South Central while
That
drinking
is
your
not a
black
black movie.
tea.
Get out my. I'm tired of looking at
That
you.
is a
I wish I could cut you off my screen right now. I really
that is
do.
a black movie. It's the same people you're talking about. It's the Waynes. It is. And did you happen to mention that because you saw the interview with Marlon? Is that what
No,
made you think about Low Down Dirty Shame?
no. I'm ready to go. I have nothing else to say to you.
Why is this person telling me in the comments? Okay. I'm saying person. Why is my best friend in the comments talking about I'm ridiculous and I make her sick?
Yes,
First of
thank
all,
you. Thank
it's
you. I'm not the only one. Good gosh. I would never tell nobody in their ear or face or anything that I have seen Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion and I have not seen a Low Down Dirty Shame. And you told all 12 million of our viewers. You told all of those people that. And I'm ashamed. I've lost my, I don't even know. I feel like I put my bonnet on now.
You wear a bonnet? Oh. Okay, big purse. I don't think I watched that movie either. Wait, that's Friday. I watched Friday. Never mind. I saw Friday.
Okay, I was really about to cut you off. Look,
I thought Friday
I'm
was the
reaching.
other Friday. I thought it was a Friday and a Friday after next, or next Friday. Friday and next Friday. Friday and next Friday. It's only
This
two, right?
Tuesday, I'm finna cut you off my screen. How about that?
It's only two, right?
No, you are wrong. But yeah, but yeah, it really was. It was an excellent film that my boy he trusted this guy he thought was his tight home. You know what I'm saying? Then he trusted this girl that was supposed to love him. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't trust nobody but yourself. And sometimes I'm suspect of myself because I be on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that
Hmm.
sounds good.
What?
I was saying that's what he said. That sounds good. That does sound good.
Okay.
One day we're gonna have an episode and we're
No.
gonna discuss the black movies that I've seen.
I do not want to know because that's gonna be the one that I drink heavily because I'm gonna need some shots fooling with you because I just ain't believing that. I
Okay.
think it's more the fact that I ain't believing that and we such good friends. I'm like, wait a minute, we don't have nothing in common. Bless
No,
my
that's
heart.
what we're the opposites.
Right, but that I don't know. That don't even really work for real in real life, but only in podcast life. All right,
So that's
that's
all.
it. Episode.
So episode 75 of the Ops, we telling it all. This is your girl Spicy K.
And I am the blown away TK. Peace. Look at this country knife. You don't know? I got a country knife. Country knife. Whoa. Hey. Hey. I got it from my dad. Hey. Look it broke off at the end. A country knife. A country knife. Hey. I'm very proud of this knife. My dad had it when I was a kid. I used to play with it, but I would hurt myself, and then he would laugh. I was like, dang, that's mean. Don't laugh at me. He said, I told you don't touch it. Now you see why. I told you don't touch it. I found it in my bag, and I'm glad I had it. It's my dad's. I miss him, you know. We had a weird relationship, but that's okay. He my dad. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. That's my dog. His birthday coming up. He's a Libra. They lie a lot. So you know, I'm telling you the truth. That's just the way it is. It is what it is. Can't be nothing different. Nope. You know what I mean? Oh man. Now I gotta go. Peace.
Peace out.
It's a country knife.